going on, guys? Got a couple course requests. I'm gonna start with Desert Valley for Justin, and then I've got one in the chat for Tundra. I don't know who Urban Squirrels is, but I assume it's someone from my Michigan Golden Tee Discord. Oh, got some new whiskey in. This is a Cask and Point barrel pick. This is a Willet, 9-year Willet, 8.5 year Willet, finished in Cabernet cask. I'm giving that a try. Oof. I don't know if I like that. All right. Desert number Desert number one, always drivable with Cosmos. It's just a matter of picking the curve you want. I'm going to start 2 clicks left. A little overdone. Hey Andrew, get this warm up round under our belt, and then we'll switch over to Tundra. Any specific reason why you're interested in Tundra? Mystery Squirrel? All right, number two, you can just kind of be as aggressive or as conservative as you want. The pin tucked on the right, I'm gonna have to work this in a little bit. So just kind of medium safe. Man, I do not like this at all. That was, uh, I'm glad I split this bottle 3 ways with some other people, because would not want a full one. Okay. There's this hole. We just want to get far enough to be past that island so we can hit something straightish towards the pin. Got a good straight wind, so this is one we could think about making. A 5 mile per hour wind, probably gonna add about 8 yards to this shot, which should be just about right. Not quite enough. Andrew, I'm sipping on the new Cask and Point public barrel that just came out like a couple weeks ago. It's the Willet that's finished in Napa Cab barrels. Yeah, I'll hold it up if that's visible-ish. It's not shy about the Napa Cab, that's for sure. Not my thing. This hole always gets me. Um, for really no reason. Just in my head. So it kicks down. Not quite. Not terrible. Thought I missed that. Yeah, I got all the other ones on that drop, Andrew, and what have liked all of them. This one, not so much. All right. Anyone who's not familiar with this hole, you can obviously just play a wedge. I'm gonna try to click chip. I have a chance at making this. It's a little bit riskier play, but I just pushed it a little bit. Shouldn't be a problem though. You get confident with your chipping, you can kind of be try some of those more aggressive shots because you can always make the one coming back. This one you just want to get as far up and as far right on the second fairway as you can. Doesn't matter too much. You're just trying to get around that cliff. Okay, we got a 10-mile-per-hour wind. These this ball that I'm playing, that's worth about 20 of hurt, which would put me at 113. So I need to hit this a little harder. No, not quite dialed in yet. It's like it's like chewing on flour, like a flower. It's or it's like clove honey. Like this is the most intense clove honey. Really odd. Okay, this one we're just gonna kind of baby cut, let the wind help us. If I had a sink down here, I would dump this out, but my mouth will be the sink because we have no options. Um, can't go over these trees, so it's again another little baby cut. I'm gonna put a high T on this just because the baby cut takes a lot of distance off. That was pretty awful. Do you have this sick new Poor Decision Society stemmed Glen little group I'm lucky to be a part of? Got our official glassware in this week. On this hole, I should explain maybe if anyone trying to learn this course. With this wind, you can just clear everything and get to that second fairway. If you can't do that, if the wind isn't in your favor, if you have a longer tee box, you want to play to this last island, and then it's a straight shot from there. So that's perfectly fine play too. I do need a new pour, Patrick. And yeah, I saw it was really nice of you to do that for Tim, the Heaven Hill 90. Maybe you can throw some Pappy in there next. At the end of the day, we all just exist to make Tim happy, so oh, chances. Oh, If anybody is interested in a third bottle of the Royal Decree -1 ounce, I'm your guy. The shot can be a little tricky. It's so far uphill that it plays way longer than it looks. This bag I'm using I have the wrong bag for this course. I should have a 4 iron, but I don't. So I'm gonna have to hammer this 5 iron. Pine wood's gonna be too much, but it plays a lot longer than you think with that elevation. Worked out okay. Maybe I don't have Pappy, but I do have a lot B. Maybe I'll pour it in there and take a screenshot and set it to 10. Okay, 14 mile per hour crosswind. It's probably gonna be, we could call that like a 10 mile an hour wind. So this is probably gonna give me maybe like 8. It's probably gonna give me like 16 extra yards. So like a 103 probably. Put backspin on it. Mhm. Not bad. We're getting all the easy looks. So usually, usually you've got to play back here on this hole. The tee boxes are too far, and you don't. There's no reason to flirt with this middle section. But since I can clear all of it with this wind and this tee box, it makes it a hell of a lot easier. Usually on this hole, you're and into this green, you're hitting like a 10.5 degree driver or 3 wood. I got 8 iron, maybe 9 iron, so quite a bit easier. The elevation's going to kill some of the wind, so I think I can just kind of thumb this out to the left. As long as it doesn't spin too aggressively, that's fine. Got two options on this one. You can go through this gap on the right, which looks pretty enticing with this wind, or you can just curve it around left if you're not comfortable with that shot. I'm gonna go this way. I almost think I can just hit this straight and let the wind push it. Let's try that. This could hit the tree, but it might not. Didn't hit the tree, but it was nowhere near the pin. It's work to do. Cleaned it up. Okay, from here on out, the course gets significantly harder. Um, I could play like kind of a full shot, but I don't. At this point of the round, I'm really just trying to give myself a putt here. I don't need to be that close to the green or to the pin. So I think I'm just going to kind of low tee this out to the right and hopefully end up just kind of somewhere in the middle of the green. Well, it's a little more club than I need, but just hit it kind of soft. Sit. Whoever was asking for Thunder earlier, are you still here? Because I'm not going to play that if you're not. I will play it, but I don't want to if you're not here. So we've got about 22 yards worth of wind, maybe a little less. My 3 wood goes 293, so that'd be 271. That's just about right. I definitely don't want to be short though, so I'm gonna actually hit this a little further. That's fine. Clean through, what is that, 16? Clean through 16. Another favorable look. This course never sets up this easy, so it would be in my best interest not to screw it up. Anyone who plays Golden Tee knows the 6 wood is just notoriously unreliable, so I hate that I have to hit that here, but I do. And again, on this one, we're just looking for a putt. We really don't need anything too crazy. Yeah, just did not carry as far as I thought it would. All right, we can make that. Or not. Of all the ways to lose a stroke, that was one of them. And then the rare par 3 finishing hole. We don't get these anymore. 28 up the hill. 22. Think I just hit this and just give myself a putt. This probably isn't is going to be short, but it is what it is. All right, not bad for a warm up. One over. I did not see my friend Squirrel ask for Tundra again, so I got out of that. I am gonna get something else to drink though. Be right back. Okay, I go with the old trusty holiday soft red wheat rickhouse proof. 121.5 proof, 6 year, wheated. Always good. Okay, no requests in the chat, so I'm gonna do. What am I gonna do? Oh, they must have pushed an update and broke the. These 3 courses are supposed to have a reteed banner on them, but the company that runs Golden Tee, they get by, I suppose. Celtic is a fun one. Been trying to get my 30 on this one for a while, but I always miss a stupid shot here or there. If we get as easy of a look as we got last time, should be a shoe in though. Make sure I have the right bag. I do not. The default bag seems to be broken too in the app. So make sure I check that each time. All right, 381, very much drivable. Gonna go high T just to kill some spin. Not sure. Not sure what my mistake was there. Maybe I had a little cut on it that killed some distance, but should have gotten there. See if we can save it with a chip. Be close. So remember how I thought I always screw something up on this course? Just did it on the first hole, get out of the way. This one it's very straightforward. Drive it down there. Stay in the fairway if you can. Or just hit it in the heavy rough. Alright, we are doing big things here. I've been playing Golden so I've been playing Golden Tee like casually since like maybe 2015, 16. I got into the competitive side like 2 years ago to where I'm actually trying to get good and I go around the country and compete in different tournaments. Um, so been playing a long time, but been playing as seriously as you can play a stupid game like this for 2 years or so. Nice. Two over through three. Just means we got to find two hole outs. This hole's sometimes drivable. It's not going to be drivable with this look. So our goal here is just to get it to where we have a straight chip and maybe we can make one up. Okay, did the first part right. Now we just got to make this. And click chipping for me, my 5 wood's about 10 yards per click. So I'm gonna hit this six, 6 clicks. Should be pretty straight. And I pushed it. All right, I'm gonna finish this round for you guys. I would normally just be quitting at this point. Okay, this hole's, I mean, it's just a matter of figuring out the wind. I'm gonna be aggressive on everything from now on because I only care about hole outs at this point. Okay. Well, I guess I can do a little some like teaching stuff since I blew this round already. With an 8 iron, what we call a full shot. One click full would be about 10 miles per hour wind. We've got 13 here, so I'm going to move this a little bit left. And then if I just do a full pull back on the C, straight forward up to the 2, and you see how that kind of comes back to basically where the pin was. So it's a way you can negate some of the wind. Obviously not perfect. Like I wouldn't normally have hit that shot because it wasn't set up just right, but I just kind of might as well do some nonsense. And this hole you always just want to get is onto this little finger of the fairway, which slopes up, so you don't need like bite or backspin or anything. It'll just kind of stop. And then the second shot is just it's uphill, but it doesn't really play that uphill for whatever reason. So I'm just gonna hit 3 wood. This whiskey is so good, and I feel like nobody talks about it. I've never had a bad bottle from Holiday. My friend Justin loves Holiday too. We kept a, I think we kept a couple bottles in our cigar locker for a long time. Probably need to restock that. This one you might be tempted to hit the 8.5, but I prefer the height of the 10.5, and it's still plenty of distance. So I'll just hit a high T and just push it left. Okay, this is the easy look for this hole. With an outwind, you can just hit it straight. If you have a wind into you, or even a crosswind, you just want to be careful you don't end up in this little gully, because then you're blocked out. If you have that wind, just play it out here. Play it out in the rough, because at least you're not blocked out by the hill then, and you still can get plenty of distance. But like I said, this is the easy look, so I'm gonna just hit it over it. Uh, well, we said we were gonna be aggressive, so not quite. Wow, even with all those misses, I'm only one off the lead, but I think I'm in like bronze bracket right now, so that doesn't really count. Okay, this is a click chippable opportunity. So again, like this is one where you could definitely just play a wedge, right? Like you could just play a wedge and get on the green. But our best chance of making it is a click chip. So I'm gonna hit this 5. Ah, just a little bit right. Pretty easy look here. Got our wind pushing us back. Put a little curve on that. I didn't mean to. Never said I was good at this game. Somehow I always get dog hair on this on the deck. The dogs don't come down here. They must come through the floor. That's my life. All right, and this whole it's I my opinion. So you can play to this little fairway over here if you want to. There's nothing wrong with that play, but it's just as easy, and you have a shorter club if you play onto this rough. So I'm trying to get on top of that hill. All right, I'm gonna drop a club to count for the wind. There's gonna be really no spin on this because it's coming out of the heavy rough. So I just have to push this a little left. Not the best. 16 mile per hour wind, crosswind, big green. We are not dialed yet, but we will get there. Another that 16 crosswind stuck with us for 2 holes. Uphill, so it's gonna do less than it did on the last hole. Also, the uphill robs some of our distance. So I think 5 wood is appropriate. Put it right in the water if we can. Yeah, that's what you want to do. So a lot of people go for the green on this hole, but I always prefer to put it in the water if I can. Absolute ejection of a round. Maybe something cool will happen on the last 3 holes though. If you're playing Cosmos on this hole, um, just hit it as far as you can down this fairway. It's always reachable in 2 from over here, no matter what. I'm gonna try to work this back into the wind. Mm. This hole always seems to play with a uh, hurting wind, which is kind of helpful because this would be a real bear with an outwind. I haven't never seen it with an outwind. Um, it would be very difficult. It's not super easy this way either, but definitely easier. Um, just because we've got the green sloping away from us. So if the wind was pushing that way too, it'd be really hard to stop it. This is going to be a long putt, most likely. But it's better than being in the water. Yikes. We're hoping for a 25 on Celtic. That's something. This is gonna be really hard to get close. Wind is pushing hard right to left, the green sloping the other way, which is helpful for safety, but I feel like our best case scenario is like 20 feet left of this pin. Let's see. Did not fly as far as I wanted it to. All right. We scrub that from our memories. We move forward. Everything will be fine. Still seeing no requests in the chat. I will play a palate cleanser of Akoma. This is the easiest course of the current lineup. This is one where you should be threatening a 30 on pretty much every one. I just got an email that the Bourbon Junkies sold out all their picks today. That's good. They had a lot left at like 5 o'clock, so I was a little worried for them. And I want them to succeed because I like their stuff that they put out through Evernorth. All right, let's make sure I got the right bag. I do. Okay. Yeah, so like I said, this is the easiest course in the 2026 set of courses. Um, par is always 30, I think. It's never less than 30. So that's what we're going for. And it's pretty achievable on this course. If we get number one, that's a bonus. So let's see. This should be a 5 click. And that fringe in the front pushes it a little left. So I'm going to try to aim this slightly right. Oof. That would have been nice. Okay. That's technically not over par. It feels like it a little bit because those are chips that you expect to make, but technically it's not. Two is always either a 6 wood or a 9 wood, just depending on the distance. This is a 9 wood. Um, should just be able to get straight over this, the high tee. Nope. So they moved the tees obviously recently, and um, I don't know all of the looks perfectly. Just trying to figure out where my best opportunity in the next shot will be. Can't get to the green. Cost myself at least one stroke. What I'm worried about is those little bushes up there. If you get behind one of those, you're screwed. I think I'll just play somewhere over here. Never been over here, so let's see if it's out of bounds. It's not. Okay. All right. Cost ourselves 2 strokes there. I don't know. How many rounds can I claim I'm warming up? Is 3 too much? 3 feels like a lot. Problem. Expose my being going making self conscious. The pin in the back, our best chance of making it in the front green. Unfortunately, we are way between us to do that. See, it's too much. I would. off six. Go a little too far. Yeah, not bad. Okay, gotta find two hole outs. If you're playing Cosmos on this course, it's always just 10.5 over this hill, high T. And then this is a very, um, this is one you hole out quite frequently, just because the uphill kills the wind. Um, I'm actually just gonna hit this with no spin. Didn't push it far enough left, or at all left. That was a weird one. All right. If I miss another shot on this course, I'm just gonna skip to something else. There's no point in wasting time. And I am gonna be super aggressive with everything from now on. Oh, and the new tees on this hole, it's always just hitting it up that right fairway. There's really nothing to it. Nope, missed that one too. Really easy look. Sometimes this one can play really long, and then you have to hit it like a 8.5 degree driver, which is challenging. This look with the wind, I'm just gonna push this out left. Come on. Ah, another easy look. It's because I'm in the, so the reason I'm getting all these easy looks is because I'm playing poorly. And when you play badly, you get moved down, like from the gold to the silver to the bronze bracket. And each of those comes with easier setups because they assume you're worse at the game. So I am, I've demonstrated that I'm not good, and they are rewarding me with easier looks. Other than hole two, we're still clean, so just that one stupid mistake. Do I need a high tee here is the question. I'd like to not hit one to keep that spin, and that is what I will do. Let's see. I don't know if this works or not. It worked out. Yeah, there's two plays on this hole. You either play to this corner of the fairway, depending on the wind, or you play up on this sand hill up here. With this wind, if I play to this corner, I won't be able to get there because the wind will be into my face at that point. So I have to play up here. It's not an easy shot from here, but it's doable. The wind does a lot because you have so much elevation, and then you're gonna get a lot of spin. So I'm probably just gonna hit this kind of like, I don't even think I'm gonna hit bite. I think I'm just gonna hit this plane. That worked out okay. Oh, what will my next pour be is really what I'm thinking about at this point. Down the hill, a lot of wind. Would have liked to hit that a little harder. But it gives me an opportunity to practice this chip. Okay, so my gap wedge was usually two per click. I'm in the sand and I'm below the green, so I'm gonna give it two extras. So it'll be 4, 6. That one, 6 wood, crosswind. Um, so when this lands, so it's gonna move right to left, and when it lands, you gotta remember it's gonna go further right to left. So I gotta push this out pretty good. Sooner or later, one is gonna fall. Okay, and this hole again with maybe with stouts too, but definitely with Cosmo, you just hit over this hill no matter what. Even if it looks like you can't clear it, you will clear it. 10.5, 8.5, whatever you need to do. They all work. Hey, sticking with our aggressive spirit, I would probably normally hit 7 iron here, but I want to try to make this. Yeah, this hole can be a beast, and this is a beast of a setup. The reason why it's so hard is it's a tiered green, everything's sloping away and to the right. So you got to be really careful of that. And then on top of that, our wind is pushing right too. Um, Probably would hit something a little bit safer if I was still in this round or if I was playing for anything. But I'm actually going to try to land this on the top tier and let it spin back down to the right. And we'll see how that goes. Close-ish. Oh, what else do I have to talk about? Straight into the wind here, up the hill. This is one of those holes where you're just kind of trying to get a putt. Somebody ahead of me had a fumble because I now moved into first place. Again, Browns bracket, so let's hold the applause. But Someone somewhere is proud of me. Very tricky hole. Um, I wish I had like sage advice for this one, but I really just try to get lucky. Um, I'm gonna hit a low T to try to kill some of this wind and just not hit it very hard and hope that it stays short enough. Worked out pretty good. Okay, last hole. What I don't know is if 10.5 degree driver gets over this. Usually this hole doesn't play this long. So I could hit that for science, but I think I'd still be short. So I'm not sure I think I'll just do 10.5 high T. Goal here would just be anything just left of the pin. Be pretty much fine with that. Way shorter than I wanted. That wind did a lot more than I thought. Okay, so we made one bad swing. It cost us 2 strokes. Otherwise, clean. Maybe I'll play something older. Getting a little tired of these new courses. Let's see what 5 taps on the random button does. We are not playing something that's old. When you see these like gold text ones, these are like ancient and they're not fun. Still in bronze. 28, still in bronze. All right, I've apparently not played this course on this machine, so we'll see. I'm sure I've played this course before, but it's not coming to mind immediately. Sometimes that's good and sometimes that's bad. Okay, 458 is not going to be drivable with my 8.5 degree driver, so I'm going to switch bags. I'm going to make the assumption that giving myself a chance to drive number one will be worth it in the long run of not having a 4 iron, but let's see if I can even do that. Okay, we hit the green. Now, can we make this long putt? 120 feet. Oh, it was there. Congratulations, you played yourself. Okay, so we've got some sort of bendy shot here. Nice fountains. It's not much of a bend, slight. And I had a high T again, kill some of the spin, and just very slightly cut it, push it out. I'll take that. Pretty straightforward par three. Our thing we have to avoid here looks like long. Long is bad. We avoided long. We didn't even come anywhere near that pin. Sad times. This one is pretty straightforward. Just hit it down there. Give ourselves a look on the second shot. Makeable. Push it out to the right. Let it spin back to the left. Ugh. Drivable par four. Favorable wind. I don't think any of these trees are in play. So, no excuses. Just get it done. Wow. So that must play way uphill. I didn't see that. Okay. Two over. Missed that putt on one and that shot on five. Should be able to go over everything here. Could have hit one more club. Putting is becoming a problem. Looks like as long as we get in that second fairway, we should be fine. Just the cut shots. I don't think there's anything, yeah, there's nothing above us to worry about really. So just cut it back. Really, really want to try to back this up into this hole. But if I miss it, it's water bound. So probably place where discretion is our friend. Maybe if I'd hit that with nothing, it would have gone in. Scared of it. Oh, interesting. So we've got to keep it left of this rock wall, but we have to curve it back right around that tree. I think. I don't think there's a path. Maybe. 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 Let's try that. What the hell? Not terrible. We are out of whiskey. We need to get something else to drink next. Whatever will I choose? All right. Either I have to hit it far enough to get around this corner, which I don't know that I can. Maybe I can do with the 7 degree driver, or I have to leave it on that inside corner, which I don't love. Let's see how far this goes. Oh yeah, plenty. As long as this isn't too far, we're good. We're good. Never a doubt. I knew that the whole time. Kind of fun playing these old courses for me because the ones you play all the time for contests and stuff just kind of become muscle memory, and you lose some of that creativity and just like reacting to what's in front of you. So you don't always put up your best scores on these, but I could argue they're kind of the most fun. All right, this one is just precision, so I just have to make sure if I'm right of this pin, I hit the rock wall and bounce into the water. If I'm left of the pin, I hit the water. Just a precise. Just have to land this very precisely. Not bad. Hmm. Oh, and tiered green. We love tiered greens, don't we? 26 miles per hour or 26 yards worth of wind, which puts me at what, 178? Not quite enough. I'll just hit this a little bit more than stock. Oops. Full disclosure, I would have lied to you all had that gone in and pretended that's what I meant to do. I did not mean to hit it on the top tier. Okay, so there's probably looks like there's two plays here. There's probably one to this corner. But I think through the miracle of Cosmos, we can just hit this all the way past it, past the corner. Yep. Outwind, front pin, not ideal. This isn't one we're going to be able to get super close, I don't think. That was a lot of spin. Just noticing my filter is cutting my hat off. It's an interesting. feature. You paid for professional grade, and this is all I gave you. I'll do better. Someday I will do better. So we got to go through the center here, avoiding this grazing out and curving it back against the wind. Not going to be an easy shot. Take that. $16. What do we want here? So looks like just anything far up the left side of this fairway as we can be. Stay dry. Stay dry. Okay. Outwind, uphill. It's gonna spin a good amount. I'm gonna throw this behind the pin. Go, 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 go. That's not good. Got lucky. I really thought that was gonna fly to the back of the green and come back. Okay. This one could be a beast if there's like a strong crosswind, I bet that's not easy. This should be pretty straightforward though. I think we got lucky with the setup on that one. Wonder if they'll bump me up to silver after this one, beating second place by 5. I have no idea how those, like, how they decide what bracket you're in. Okay, what do we have here? We definitely have to move it left to right. The wind's gonna help with that a little bit. Wind is into us. Green is sloping towards us. It's like sand in the back, water in the front. Because we're hitting into the wind and uphill green, I'm gonna hit high T to kill some of the spin because I don't want this to rip all the way back into the water. And I think I just have to hit a real small cut here. Still didn't hit it hard enough. All right. Well, don't do it again. All right. This is not as easy as it looked. That was for me talking shit on the tee, I suppose. Okay. Let's pick a course, then I'll go pick a whiskey. I feel like this course is almost the same as the last one, but we'll do it anyway. I have played it recently. Don't remember. Okay, be right back. Hey, pulled off the Bardstown Discovery 13. I think this is the first time they double barreled the Discovery series. I remember not loving it as much as 12 and some of the others, but I have not gone back to it in a long time. It's different. I don't know if anyone pays this much attention, but in some of our bourbon groups, we've been discussing the recent rebranding that Bardstown is doing. I think the new bottles look terrible, but they did not ask me my opinion. Okay, Mystic Hills, if I remember, is pretty similar to the last course in terms of like very tree lined, a lot of water, very wind dependent. I think on this one, I'm just gonna hit a big cut and end up in the right side of the fairway. See, this should be pretty close. Give it a shot. Really like to start getting a few to fall. Pullouts are weird. It's like you go these spells where it seems like nothing will go, and then you make one and you make five. So hoping to hit one of those spurts here. Get up. My goodness. Maybe I should have just gone to bed tonight. All right. It is what it is. Don't need great shots. I need them to go in. What did they do to this? Double barreled an American and Hungarian oak. 45% 9 year Kentucky, 22% 9 year Kentucky, 20% 15-year Kentucky, 13% 8 year Kentucky. It's pretty low rye mash bill across the board. I don't know. I don't know a lot about Hungarian oak, but maybe that's what's um, so predominant, kind of off for me, an off flavor. All right, this one you could definitely, if you're not confident, just play it around. But you should be able to just kind of bend it around a little bit. You got to be kidding me. Feels like punishment at this point. That was a good shot. And we missed the chip. And we missed. Oh, come on. People wanted to miss there. Find some magic here. I think this one feels like there could be some magic. Is it too hard? I'm gonna finish this one out and then probably rip a quick 26 cycle, call it a night. Um, but if I make another mistake on this course, I will just call it on this course. I missed this chip. Still nothing. Oh, nothing. Really looked like I had a chance. You cruising through this. Get it over with. And you're gonna start falling. It's gotta be the case. Caught my friend in first place at least. Let's be aggressive here. Didn't need backspin. Alright, well, we got 25 pace here. Close this out quick. Get that cycle cracking. Friday night sips. What's up, Michael? Thanks for joining, buddy. All right, let's rip a quick cycle, get through 26 courses. Let's set a target of one. What do we got? Set a target of 130. 130 under par is our target for the 5 courses combined. Move back up into gold, so I'll have a little bit tougher looks now. Tougher, but at least the ones I'm used to. 32 on this course is bonkers, so congrats to that person. I didn't recognize the name, but I'm sure I know the person. All right, Machu, number one, you're just looking to, you're really trying to hold this one out. Um, I didn't leave myself a great number here, unfortunately, but let's be aggressive. Yeah, almost. I am going to Sussex. You going by chance? A little bit of tricky wind on this one. Nothing we can't deal with, but just got to pay attention a little bit. I'm gonna push this just slightly left. Hopefully it lands just behind the pin, like that. All right, we've got the longer look, not a problem. Just get it up there as far on the right side of this fairway as we can. Pretty good shots. Dancing around the hole. Something's gonna fall at some point. Offset look, which of course it is. We can almost straighten it out by moving the tee. Ah, gosh. I really wanted to leave that with no spin, give it a better chance of going in, but I didn't want to flirt with going in those bushes in the back. If you get a 25, you're more than good enough to go to the tournaments. Um, there's multiple brackets, so like you don't have to compete with the best of the best necessarily. And um, the best way that I've seen to get better is to go to the tournaments because you learn so much just from being around different people. Highly recommend it. Okay, we're in the rough, so the spin's not going to be as much, which is good here. Just give myself a reasonable putt. That was not it. Okay, makeable chip. What's your handicap, Michael? Your golden tee handicap? Let's try to make this. This is right, playing off wind, or rather, I played too much wind. Okay, this is drivable sometimes. This is not drivable. So we'll just try to straighten out the wind. Oh, and then I'm also curious what course you got your 25 on. How aggressive do you want to be here? I feel like we're owed one, so I'm gonna be aggressive. I'm gonna put no spin on this. Not quite. 20 handicap Alaska. Yeah. Alaska and Gunnison. I hear you. I'll take Alaska any day over Gunnison though. Feel like all night tonight I've just been stuck in my 9 and 6 foot gap. All right, clean front. Oh, in this course on Machu. 25 on Machu is no slouch. That's probably like probably 4 over. And with 17 being as hard as it is, that's not a bad score by any means. Oh, this is a ugly, unfriendly wind. I'm gonna play this kind of safe. Pretty safe. Let's see which look we've got. Sometimes you can get over this. Gosh, I kind of want to try it. It's not really the play, but why not? Okay, we got it. Benefit being this gives us a pretty easy look to maybe make this. Yeah, not quite. All right. A long look on this one too. All right, just anything just slightly left of this pin would be pretty good. Take that. All right. This course kind of puts you in cruise control until you get to like hole 15 and then wakes you up in a hurry. This is an awkward, really awkward look. Take that. That was a really uncomfortable shot. Yeah, no, I agree. So I always tell people like um until you're regularly shooting like mid 20s with stouts, stick with stouts. Um that's my opinion. This does play longer than it looks always, but I really don't want to hit a 5 wood 'cause it's going to leave me a super long putt. So I think I'm just going to hit this 6 wood and hope for the best. Not terrible. I have friends like Gordy Brown, um, Hap. Like, there's a lot of guys that are elite that are like a lot better than I am that still play stouts. So it's definitely a personal choice. I so used to Cosmos at this point that I have a hard time going back to stouts, but it's a very viable play for sure. Oh boy. All right. These new tees, I just have not, unless there's a strong outwind, I just have not found a reliable path to eagle. So I just play for the birdie. I don't know. This one I like to do a click chip, like a five. Yeah, as long as we get a putt, we're happy. What ball does Towson Bill play? I think Bill has his own ball, Lloyd. I think it's just called the Bill. I think about Bill often. Awkward look here. I hate when it's on the right side because that that rock wall kind of comes into play. I think we hit five wood. We either hit four wood cut or we hit five wood straight, and I just don't love the cut right now. So I'm gonna hit the five wood straight, try to land this on the very right edge of the green. Too hard. Okay, get down there. Stay. Okay, it's a chip. All right, 28. So I think that was one over. So the house, that's Paul Taylor. He's a legend. Mr. Misunderstood. That's Steve Beatty. He lives pretty close to me. Very good player. Okay, so we got 28 to start. I'm gonna write that down because I'm drinking whiskey. Where do I write it? Notes. All right, so we started with 1 over 28. Next, we got Alaska. Okay, Alaska 1 is almost always drivable. And if not, you can at least get in that front bunker where it's a pretty easy chip. All right, so let me make sure I got the right bag. I do. Okay. Push it a little too far right. Still be able to make this chip though. Four click, five wood. Tough. That's a tough one to miss. But if that's the worst thing we do in Alaska, we'll be happy. So Michael, it depends. I think it so the way it works is they pick five courses, everyone plays the same conditions, and then it's the top 32 scores. So there isn't like a score necessarily where it always is. I think on the last, I believe in Florida, it was one, I want to say it was 128. 128 under, but it varies depending on what courses are chosen and just how everyone plays and so on and so forth. I'm gonna do kind of a bitch move here, and I'm just gonna I don't. I kind of hate this wind for trying to land this green or this island, and I know I can. I know I can get there from here. I'm just gonna kind of be a little bit of a Sally. Just take the easy way out. Let's see, I think I'm gonna be kind of conservative here. Go a little. Go a little. Don't do that. You dirty, dirty girl. At least it's in the rough and not in the mud. Six. That's a three plus one for uphill. Oh, it didn't clear. Keep it together. It's a long series. All right. Pretty favorable wind here. Just gonna try and give this about maybe like 110. That was way more than 110, but it worked. This one should be drivable with this outwind. 419. My driver usually carries 380, so I should be able to at least get in that bunker. But all right, the wheels are coming off, gentlemen. The wheels are coming off. Three over through six. Tough times. All right, regroup. 75. Let's call it seven. We're making 130 feel like a pipe dream, but you never know. You never know. That one I was a little aggressive on. I just like the look. Pretty friendly setup on this one. Anytime you get the wind working right to left, you're happy. It does a lot of the work for you. Take that. They usually have one reteed. I mean it's random, but yes, I would say just statistically they usually one reteed in qualifying, at least one. I think they had in this last one they had, if I'm not mistaken, they had Elkhorn and they had uh Desert Valley, so two reteeds. Or wait, no, they had Desert Valley and they had Kings Canyon. So okay, so we got 20, so 12 on Cosmos is 24 yards ish. 277 minus 24 is 253. So this should be about right. Oof. Okay. All right, here's the teeth. Here are the teeth. This is a brutal look. Without slope, not wind. Just stay dry. Just straight up. No, did not stay dry. And I got the death drop. Good. That's going to cost me two strokes. Man, that was a brutal look. Brutal look. Keep it together. Can't do anything about what already happened. Another brutal look. Oy, oy, oy. What are we doing here? I'm trying to keep this on the front part of the fatter part of the green. Nope. Moist. Tough. Man, I haven't seen a setup that tough on those two holes in a while. It's not letting up either. Thought that was going in the water too. Come on, man. I am just Alaska's handing it to me. Just take a second to appreciate those scores at the top. That is filthy. That is just that is nuts on this setup. Well played. I'm guessing those guys are playing stouts. There's nothing wrong with that. That is the right choice for this setup. At least that one was set up easy. That's the easiest I've seen that one. Okay, let's get 21 at least. This round banged us, but we can recover. Get me out of here. Brandon Robinson? I don't know Brandon Robinson. Okay, so we just did a 19. That's something that was recorded and broadcast to people. Shake it off. You got a lot of work to do now. 130 is going to be nearly impossible. But it, damn it. Hmm. That one we had to have. So I heard people say there's a 7 degree driver play here. I'll try it. I don't know what it is. It's not that. I wasn't gonna make better than Birdie going the other way though, so no harm, no foul. Yeah, 117,000 is nuts on any course. Agreed. All right, well, since we have a target in mind and we are way behind, let me going for everything. Took a lot of wind for a punch shot. That's something. Okay. Boy, um, I don't even know if this play is here. I'm gonna try it, because I got no choice, but yeah, I was almost there. A big lip there. 5 iron's not gonna work. It's a lot to ask of an 8 iron. We try 9 wood. 4 click. Oh my goodness. Even when I'm giving myself chances, I can't capitalize. All right. Sit. Pretty tough wind on this one. Never really see a straight crosswind. Did not push that far enough left. Stay up. Hmm. I feel like I need just one good break, to turn things around. Not got anything to fall tonight. Choosing to lay that one back so I get a straighter wind. Yeah, I definitely need a hole in one. Take any hole out at this point. Can't even make a chip. This is pretty makeable though. If it's gonna happen, without bite, maybe. What do we got for our wind here? We got a right seven. Let's see. If I play, I think I just play in the corn. Oh, these setups have been just brutal. What is this? Right to left 12. Oy. I genuinely don't even know. Maybe I can set this on the back shelf of the screen? Maybe. It's pretty happy with that. I'm starting to feel as if I somehow upset the Golden Tee gods. Okay. I don't have any idea how a gap wedge with 13-mile-an-hour wind doesn't carry further than that, but guess I shouldn't be surprised. Got the toughest pin on this one again. Can't be too aggressive with this because with water waiting for us behind. I'm so far out of this. Just gonna try it. I don't think this is drivable, ever drivable, but I've never seen a look that even makes me think about it, so I feel like I have to try it. I feel like I have to try it. I don't know. Let's quite catch it all the way. No, it wasn't there. I wasn't gonna be there anyway. Nice thing is they give me a chip for eagle, so really no reason not to. Why, I felt like it should have been there. Downhill, downwind. This is another, like, what are we doing here, guys? What are we doing? Skip. I'll take that. Bad shot that worked out. Oh, okay. And then on 18, they finally give us a favorable look, kind of them, after absolutely bending us over for 17 holes. Do I need a high tee? I don't think so. We are way behind pace at this point. We are what? 3-9 behind pace? I don't think that's catchable. But let's finish it out for science. You never know. Maybe we go on a heater on Okoma and put up a 34. All right, what was that? 25, I think. We know we can do a 31. If we can do a 31, we can do a 32. We're not gonna screw up number two like we did earlier tonight. Not doing that again. Okay. Shrimp Ladies. I don't know that person. I feel like I usually know these people when I play in times where I don't normally play and I don't recognize all the names. All right, I think we have to make this one. Nope. Turns out we do not have to make it. Okay. It's a straight out wind. Another makeable look. Come on. It's starting to hurt my feelings at this point. No great shot points. Oh, great. I agree. Something has to fall. I've played like this is like my seventh or eighth round tonight, and I have not made a single. I've not had a single hole out. It feels like a long time. Isn't one I want to get super aggressive with. Long is no good. Sit, he says, and then goes long. My goodness, buddy. All right. Mm, just don't quite have it tonight. Boy, that miss on 8 was inexcusable. All right, what's short of the screen? So I really have to fly it all the way there. But if I do, I think we got to be aggressive. I think we just medium tee it and see if we can hit it hard enough. I don't know. Hit it clean. So it was there. It's good to know. Good to know for future rounds. All right. Still two over. That was bad. We're getting a little frustrated at this point. Okay, finish strong. Um, yeah, I can try doing next Friday. I kind of just do them whenever I can, but so far Fridays have worked out. Thanks for joining tonight, though. You too. Boy, I didn't expect it to go this poorly tonight. You gotta be kidding me. Go in the water. Do it. Oh boy. That's a pretty easy look for 17 too. I'm got no excuse for that. 25. So let's see how the math is working out here. I'm gonna finish this out. I got no chance, but I'm gonna finish it out. So right now I'm sitting at 50, 78, 97. So I need to shoot a 33 at Gunnison, which is the hardest course. I've never done better than 26, so I don't know. Why not, right? Why not now? This is probably exactly what the U.S. hockey team felt when they beat the Russians, the USSR, in the Olympics. Why not us? Why not now? Okay, let's do it. Okay, we got one. That was hopeful. Two's not there. Just try to hug the left side. Can would make a huge difference. Chances. Need some of those to start falling. Yeah, a lot of them. Like seven in this round would be good. All right, clean through four. Just feels bad after the last round. Huh. Some days you just don't have it, I suppose. This is that day. Okay, one over. It's always very difficult to hit for me. Spin, spin. Oh, all right, let's make the chip. Need something. We haven't made a single five wood chip today. Until now. Arsa gets hung up. Uh, right. Feed through this, get a final score, so I can hold myself accountable, but it's definitely not going to hit the goal. Not, not tonight. Another day I can get it. Not today. Woof. This is so bad. Oh boy. Typically, you'd be a little further up and you could actually play at the screen. Just give me a good drop. Not bad. I can make this. I didn't, but I can. Now we're really just gonna cruise through this. Stat. we got in store here? Actually, not a bad shot. As much as I'm just getting through this. Pretty happy with that one. There's a play you can go for through that gap, and I just don't have it in me right now. So we're just gonna go around. Crappy win for this one. All right, couple more holes, three more holes. Yikes. I don't think I've seen it tucked back like that before on the second season yet. That's that was a not effing around pin. Woof. Okay. Huh. I'll take that 10 times out of 10. And I made the putt. Let's go. Take that. I felt like a win after a lot of losses. This hole is so dumb. Got the layup, and then as a reward, you're left with this nonsense. That's got to be like the hardest working birdie in Golden Tee. All right, so what was that 24? So let's see. I did. So I do any math right now. 50, 78, 97, 24, 121. So I missed it by nine. That is a mile. That was a really poor showing, but I'll be back and I will achieve greatness at some point. All right. Thanks, everybody.